in Star Wars, Episode 1. Anybody see that? You see Star Wars Episode 1? Luke Skywalker, he was a little boy, came before the Jedi Council. These are the most powerful people in that particular universe. The Jedis. They use the Force and all that. They got things called lightsabers and stuff. They said, tough and to be feared by everybody else. So everything he wanted to show that he was, special, and he was a karate fighter, all those things he couldn't do with fear. So I got to beating him up. And I got to beating him up real good. And everybody was very surprised that I was doing so well in my battle against him. Because he was a formidable foe. He was a powerful enemy. He was put on a certain pedestal. He was looked at to be high and have a certain amount of power. And when I started to fight him, people said, well, he can be beaten. If not beaten, he at least can be fought. We don't have to take this from him. But it took one person to stand up. And it was because of what I felt. A personal thing. It was my personal dream. And Martin Luther King, being the wise man that he was, I know that he knew more than him was being affected by what was going on in the United States of America to the descendants and children of former slaves. I imagine that Morehouse had taught him a lot about politics and theology and so on and so forth, and the nuances of how human beings work and how we think as people. But at 10 and 9 years old, I didn't know that. All I knew was that I didn't like how I was being treated, and I was going to stand up. And when I stood up, I became a symbol for standing up amongst my friends or my peers in my classroom. And it was my responsibility to stand up and change the things that I didn't like. But fear will have you think it's somebody else's fault. Fear will say, I don't really like him. But really, you do like that person. But fear makes you not like them because you feel like you won't be accepted. I say this all the time when I do business. You're good enough right now to start changing your life. Whatever happened yesterday, whatever grades you got yesterday, whatever mishaps in your relationships you had, whatever bills you missed, whatever opportunities you missed to talk to somebody, that's the past. You got right now for a whole bunch of years. Black folk as a whole had accepted a lot. We had one or two people that stood up. The famed Lou Hamers of the world, the Medgar Evers, the Marcus Garveys, the Frederick Douglasses, and there's a myriad of different people we can name. Nat Turner, but this is about Dr. Martin Luther King, who took all those struggles, all those dreams, and embodied it and internalized it. He became the dream. He walked and he talked the dream. Not of just him, but of so many other people that just wanted to be treated good. And when I fought Culver at 9, 10 years old, and won the fight against somebody who everybody thought was a superhero. He was like a superhero. Nobody could defeat him. Nobody could beat him. I didn't conquer Culver, really. I didn't really conquer Culver. He still came to school the next day, but what I had removed was fear. I battled fear. And I won. I had battled fear before, I didn't realize it. But I never got the power enough to actually act on it. Inside me, I went through it, but I still was like, nah. Them boys is too cool, they cuss all the time. I don't cuss, so I can't be cool as them. All them girls, they like the boys with the white gym shoes. My gym shoes is kind of blue and old. That's how I felt. And I think about all the little girls that Cova didn't talk to because they wasn't cute enough. They didn't think they was, so if he didn't think they was cute, they didn't think they was cute. And they kind of just walked away and didn't talk to the other girl that Cova thought was cute. Because he set the standard.